How do we go from like the most death rock song to whatever that was? Hi, let's put the birthday boy in the middle. How exciting! Wait, that didn't work. There. Happy birthday, dickweed. Danielle and I have a special happiness for you. Ready, Danielle?
Oh, yes.
And hit it. We clearly rehearsed. Okay, all right. So, hi, everybody. We are all over the place. We are on the Kate Awakenings channel, which is my baby sister and her ex and her pilled and my Rumble and my YouTube. But the best chatting is going on at the Molly Sleuth channel on Rumble, where I have just put up 3 emotes for the 3 of us. There's like a cool vampire dude. That's you, Rod. And then there's a sexy witch stripping. That's you, Danielle. And then there's some like ugly beast. That's me. So, hi, everybody. One thing that is missing, like, look at my fantastic digs. Look at this. Do you even see this? That's for you, Rod.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. I know how to class the joint up. So today is actually your birthday.
Yes.
And I won't ask, but obviously of drinking age. Although I sent you guys some care packages and I sent you some Martinellis because that's who I am as a person. And I actually ended up with 2 because Randy couldn't play tonight. So greetings, friends. Hi, Ben. Ben's in the chat. Greetings. All right, I'm going to try mine. I got them at the dollar store, so if you die, it's not my fault. Okay, well, we were just going to have a party tonight and ask each other some hard-hitting questions from my bucket of hard-hitting questions. And then Danielle's got some questions, too. It should be fun.
Yes.
I sent you guys lots of candy and toys. Did you guys open up your sticky, stretchy body parts?
No, not yet.
I'm kind of excited about it. I was trying to like feel them up to figure out like what one I was going to get. I couldn't tell. So I'm going to rip mine open. Oh, shit. It's ages 3 and up. Well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. You have parental supervision here, so you're okay.
They're a bag in a bag.
Oh.
And excellent.
An ear. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know why it's got like a red bit. I guess that's where you cut it off. And then I got a finger.
Ooh.
That's
Oh.
the finger people. Hi, your friends. Hi, Becky Lou Woo.
I know. That's a very interesting candy there.
It's sticky. It is sticky, that's for sure. And I put it on my desk, and now I'm not entirely certain if I'm not going to get called into HR. Looks a little suspicious. Is this a birthday party? Yes, Becky Lou. It is Rod's birthday, and so how this happened is Danielle and I were like, oh, we want to do something for Rod's birthday, but we don't know enough to like brutally roast him. So like, what do we do? Plus, I don't know. Rod's not the roasting type. Like, if you wanted to roast me, my birthday's in August. Let's fucking do this. Does the finger go in the ear? Oh, you've unlocked.
This is, oh my gosh.
Now I'm really going to HR. Anyway.
I don't know if this show's 3 and up anymore.
Oh, let me take YouTube down. And so many birthday blessings to you. So we wanted to ask some like dumb questions and like get to know each other and like maybe think about life a little bit while we drink our Martinellis and get crunk.
It is tasty.
I'm losing my hat. I got these at the dollar store too, and I glued these half the dingle balls were gone by the time I pulled it out of the bag today, so I had to tape some on.
Same. When mine arrived, all my dingle balls were all over. And so I had my daughter hot glue them all back on.
Aw, she's so precious. I sent some little fun things to the kids. Do you remember the things I sent them? Those like water games?
Yes. I love those. I used to play with those as a kid. My grandparents had one in their house, and I still remember it. It was tall, and
My grandparents had one.
yeah, they just had toys at their house. That was like 3 of the toys. They had like that and an Etch-a-Sketch and a wooden spoon. Like that's all.
I'm having a wardrobe malfunction.
For.
Okay, that's good. I think I have like a cone head because anytime I put like a headband on, it goes doing off like the back of my head. It's not easy being cheesy. Okay, let's introduce ourselves, I guess. This is just so discombobulated. I am Molly. I am the Kate Awakening's big sister. She is my baby sister. I'm just kind of a nutball, keeping her seat warm on Friday nights at her channel. I was a teenage punk rocker and a goth kid. I think I had pictures somewhere. Let me find some. And then I do like to print out stupid things. And then, you want to see the color of my bedroom? That's more important. So as you guys know, I have been in the middle of homelessness, moving, whatever. So it's a dark green. That really makes it look army green. It's not ugly. It's really cool. And so I finally got a place. And it's lots of work, and I can't wait for you guys to visit. And what that means is that I no longer have a shit ton of plants at work. They're all going home. So my boss is very happy about that. I work at a fire department in the Midwest now, but I grew up in Los Angeles. And I was kind of an asshole and, these things. And oddly enough, both of you guys were from Southern California too, although Rod and I didn't meet until many years later, but I met Danielle first. So Danielle, where did we meet?
Yes, sorry. I have children entering my home right now. It's a little bit of a party going on downstairs. Yeah, we met on the sticky floors of the Los Angeles goth clubs. So many years ago. And we had many a fun time and many a fun conversation and lots of people watching. And then we grew apart and came back together and completely different lives now. Now I'm corporate goth and living in the Rocky Mountains and just having a good time here.
Yay!
Yay!
And Rod, we'll get back to you, Danielle. Rod, where did we meet? How did we become friends?
We met on that stupid dating site.
Stupid is right.
I wonder how it's doing these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your story.
Well, I mean, that's how we met, right?
But so, how long did you live in Southern California?
My entire life until 7 years ago when I moved to Texas now. I never thought I'd leave California. I thought I'd lived there my whole life.
Yeah.
But it just got so bad. I mean, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I moved back. I mean, Trump was still president, and it wasn't even nearly as bad as it is now. But I could see it coming. I didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, it's true. When I left there, I had the best job I've ever had in my life. I was a major assault crimes detective for the Los Angeles Police Department, and I fucking loved my job. I came early every day. I stayed late every day. Tell that to my job now. Hey, she used to come early. But I was just sick of being a victim of crime off duty. And I loved helping victims of crime, but it's just a really soulless hellscape. So I'm glad to live here, although it's a loss too, because that was a great job. Hey, LAPD, if you're hiring remotely, it's very cheap. All right, let's see. Here we go. Yes. So I'm not able to get on Pilled. I don't know that we are streaming on Pilled. It says that we are, but I don't know where it is. So there's that. I'm like technologically Amish. Is all I have to say about that. But once I get like interwebs at my house, then you guys can see my murder lodge. The basement is all red shag. And from what the guy said that I bought it from, like the bathroom door was red shag. I'm seeing like bits of red shag up in the ceiling. So like, I don't know if the fucking walls were red shag.
Wow.
Do you remember, you used to go to the Probe, but not very much because it was not close to you, Danielle. But do you remember when the Probe was covered in orange shag? All the pillars everywhere. The Probe was like a goth industrial club in Hollywood that Control Factory was at, and Helter Skelter and a few others. But like as soon as you started dancing, like the walls were dripping. Like they had covered it in orange shag for like a commercial or something. And the club was like, oh, might as well keep it. And like after the first night, like the walls were just like swampy. It was so disgusting. And then I guess they moved all of that crusty, sweaty carpet into the basement. So lots of projects to show you guys in the coming millennia, but it's going to take a while. So I've got lots of questions in no order. Should we get started with the party?
Yeah, we're going to
wait, Rod, show your shirt because your tag is missing it. Make America goth again. Hell yeah. That's so cool. I'm wearing this one. Make America skate again. And Danielle, you just have Halloween party decorations. Yeah, you're the most festive of all.
I have The Truth Is Out There. I have my ex.
Yes.
I had a sweater on, and then right before we were going to go on, I had my like beige sweater, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even like gothed out here. I'm like, I got to do something.
I know. I had so many plans. I was going to get all gussied up, but I literally had to leave like half my bedroom ceiling painted to like come to work to do this. So
I took the sweater off so I can at least have a black t-shirt so I can be kind
excellent. Yeah. You know what's even blacker? Your underwear, Danielle. So let's see it. Okay. Speaking of goth, our first question that I pulled out of the bag. This should be fun. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Oh, all right. So actually, yeah, I'm sorry. There's more people in the chat. Lefty's losing it. His twisted sister in here. Molly balling on a budget. Boy, are you not kidding. The first question, you know how like when people die and like somebody puts like whatever, like some kind of symbol in your coffin with the dead body to be like, oh, she always loved Kit Kats. I'm going to put one in her coffin. What are people going to put in your coffin?
Oh.
I think all the things that I like, nobody else does. So they're just going to try to pack as much of my shit in there as possible to be like,
Yeah,
burritos. I got it. I'm not going in a coffin. I've actually already signed the paperwork to go to the body farm in Knoxville, Tennessee, where they're going to shoot me and tie me to a tree. But anyway, if you filled my coffin with refried beans and melted cheese and made me a fucking burrito.
I love that.
It would be so good.
Thinking of it just being open, the casket with the bean and cheese dip, and people could come dip in while
which is like my little face sticking out.
Yeah. Like the line of people that come up, kind of like say the last thing and see you for the last time. They can like dip some chips and eat, you know, and then go on. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at. What are people going to put in your coffin?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to have a coffin because I'm going to get cremated.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they would put in there.
Hi, Keystone Channel. And Ben went over to the Kate Awakenings thing and Intermittent Dastings over there as well. Good friends. Well, Danielle, here's what I would put in your coffin. I would put just nothing but cats' assholes. Do you really like those? I'd want you to be happy.
That would be wonderful. I'd feel so safe.
All right. Let's go on to another one. Slow start. What time in your life did you feel most alive?
Well, that would be back in my 20s when I was playing music and I was out every night. I mean, it was just it. I look back on that time and I want to go back.
Oh, do
It's
you?
so much fun. Yeah.
I don't know that I would be friends with myself if I met myself when I was 20. So you played drums, Rod, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Danielle, you played drums too.
Yes.
And I pretended to play drums and got kicked out of that band also. In fact, I was in a band with Danielle and I got kicked out. That was fun.
Yes, I remember.
Remember that show?
Yes, yes.
That's so funny that we all met up. Okay, well, what time in your life, Danielle, would you go back to?
Oh, none.
Or when you felt the most alive?
That's actually a really hard question for me because I don't think I've yet to find that place in my life yet. Because I look back, I mean, God, that would have to be like when I was 5 or something.
When you felt alive?
Yeah, like elementary school. Like that's when I was happiest and I didn't have existential crisis yet. And
God, you're gothic.
I know. And I'll share this. This is very depressing, but whatever. I've kept diaries my whole life. And my very first diary was a little Holly Hobby diary. And it was so cute. Flowers. And my very first entry was like 1984. It was like, I went to see the Smurfs and the Magic Flute movie with my family. It was like so. And then in that same little diary, I didn't write all the time, like years past. Like it was probably just a few years later, I was already talking about, I don't know what words I can say, but like unaliving myself. So I was like 8 or 9 years old when I was already thinking those thoughts. And so that's why I feel like it would be like when I was like 5 was when I felt alive. And then after that, it was just like, it's just like, why am I here?
Boy, you were just born to be a death rock girl, weren't you?
I was. And yeah, high school, 20s, 30s, that was all awful.
Yeah, a little goth 6-year-old.
Yeah, so maybe my 50s will be the time I feel most alive.
Hey, I mean, the 50s aren't bad. I gotta say, like, you just stop caring. Like, I just spent so many years trying to be like the cutest girl in the room, and like, that's so not important. I'd rather be the funniest. I think for me, it's when I'm roller skating. Dude, nothing exists. I just like music and just like trail in front of me, and I go as fast as I want, and I just like have my stupid iPod from like 1999, and I just like do it. It's just makes me so like, hell yeah. It's like the best. Okay, you have to trade lives for a whole day with somebody. Who are you trading lives with?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thinking about Holly Hobby though, I used to have this Holly Hobby nightgown when I was like a little kid. And like I tried to put it on when I was like 13 or something, and it got stuck on me because it was like the armholes were like too tight, and my mom had to cut it off, and I cried.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I would trade lives with Trump because I would love to see what his life is like.
Dude, seriously, because you've got so much responsibility, but also like so much power to just fuck around.
I mean, it would just be amazing to live a day in his shoes and see what it's like.
I'd be doing like unhinged tweets. It'd be pretty good. Patricia wondered why we were all dressed up. It's because it's Rod's birthday, and we thought that we would roast him.
Yes.
And she saw your cat, but I don't know where.
I know, I'm like looking. I have 2 cats. The other one's too fat to ever climb up in the screen. And she's just laying on the floor, but I don't see the other one. But
nothing's worse than a fat asshole. I'm sorry, but when you have cats, I don't know why, but they're just like, here, look at my asshole. And you're like, why do I have to? It's a compliment for them. I think they really think that they're doing something nice for you. Not my bunnies. My bunnies just come up and they chin you.
Aww.
This is a nice look. Seems exhausting being in Trump's shoes. I'd trade my life for Danielle's cat for a day. Patricia wants to be your cat. Patricia just said she wants to put her asshole in your face.
Well, you know, wouldn't be the first person. Tell you. She would have so much fun. I treat my pets very well. She would get pampered and brushed and fed, and she could sleep in little sunspots on the floor.
Aw.
Nice.
Well, let me see. On the Molly Sleuth chat on Rumble, I am going to post some cat assholes for you, Danielle. There you go.
Oh. Whose birthday is it now?
There's some cat assholes. And then Patricia did the meowdy with the little like cowboy hat. Meowdy. Okay, so I think you had questions, but we'll move on to the next one. Ooh, what happened to that?
Ask some questions.
Oh, yeah. So trading. Danielle, you didn't answer that one.
Oh, who would I trade with?
Yeah.
This is off the cuff. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but Jack Black. I know.
Give me answers I would have never guessed in my entire life for 400, Alex. What? What do you mean?
Oh my God.
I can't. Oh, Patricia, will you put the pilled chat thing? Because I can't see the pilled chat. Will you put the link in the chat that you're in, either one of the Rumbles? Because I couldn't find it. You're not getting away with that. Why, Jack Black?
He's one of my favorite actors and musicians. I think he's so hilarious and funny. And right now he's having a golden moment with the Minecraft movie and Lava Chicken and all that stuff. And so I just feel like he's walking around and like everybody's so happy to see him. And he just makes this crazy music everywhere he goes. I'm like, that sounds fun. I would like to be that for a day and just have everybody happy to see me and just walk around singing songs. And living my best
you
life.
Still have people be happy to see you. I'm happy to see you. I worked on Mr. Show with Bob and David, which did a spinoff to Tenacious D. So I worked with both of them, Kyle and Jack, and they are both very funny. And then I played Kyle's daughter in something. On the pill chat, there's a cat trying to eat its own asshole for you, Danielle. And then people have made moving gifs of you with your cat on your shoulder that you're missing. That's on the pill chat. You guys are so awesome. And Patricia's posting them.
God.
So, yeah, Jack Black. That's such an odd one.
I know. It's like I said,
think
just
my whole life.
I know.
Okay, what kind of friend are you?
Oh, I'm going next after this question. I'm going to ask questions.
Okay.
I guess I'm the kind of friend that you would want. I'm loyal and honest and responsible, and if you need something, I'm there to help you. I'm not a flake.
Those are all true. You're very patient. Also, I blow your fucking phone up with 700,000 memes a day, and you're very nice about it. So thank you. Yeah, I think you're a good friend. I think you're interesting. You're smart. Like, it's weird that we met on the internet and became such good friends in such a dark period of the scamdemic. But yeah. I think you're a good friend. Danielle, what kind of friend are you? I'm
also the bestest friend.
Yes, you are.
I am extremely authentic and honest. So if you want somebody who's really honest with you all the time, that's me. I am a big lover of a very big heart. So I'm one of those people that just like loves to hang out with you. I love warm hugs. I love giving gifts. I'm a big gift giver. And my when I'm hanging out with my friends, like I just love that time and that space. So it's like having a cat asshole right next to you the whole time, like just the warm joy.
Delicious. And you actually flew out to come help me pack in one of my emergency moves over the last few months. And
Yeah.
Of course, we had a great time. I dropped you off at the airport, having not slept for 24 hours, but that was
what a
what
crazy
were we even doing?
that whole day was just insane. And then we went and had delicious dinner. And then I was like, we should do a podcast. You're like, okay. And then we did our very first podcast together.
We did.
Yeah, like we had to do 2 takes, and then like the second take it was like 2 a.m, and I'm like, yeah, trying to pretend like I'm awake. And then I was like,
we didn't even do it live. We had to record it on my 2016 cell phone.
And then you're like, well, there's just 2 more hours before we have to drop you off, so I guess we'll just stay.
Let's clean out my closet, Danielle. Here, try on some dresses.
Let's have you try on 67 dresses. But yes, that was fun. So I'm also a friend that's like pretty much down for anything, like unless it involves spiders. I'm if you want to sit on the couch and watch TV, or you want to go, jump out of a plane, or you want to go, let's fly to Paris right now. Like, okay. Like, I'm pretty much down to do whatever you want to do. I'm just kind of like the get along friend, and I'm going to have a good time. And just, I'm so excited to be with my people, with my friend, that I'm kind of also your number one fan. Like, you want a little fan club to follow you around? It's going to be me. I'm just endlessly asked by my friends, like, you're so amazing and awesome. Like,
and yet you want to be Jack Black. Ridiculous.
All right, what kind of friend are you, Molly?
Do you remember Jason Lavitt, who ran all the nightclubs?
Yes.
Dear friend of mine. Although I haven't talked to him in 400 years, so I don't know how close we are. But I worked for him for many years. And he asked me a question like 25 years ago that I still don't have the answer to. And I think about it every so often. He said, you're everybody's airport friend. You're the person that everyone calls when like, hey, I need $500. Hey, I need you to pick me up from the airport. Hey, I need you to fucking do this or that, whatever. Like, you are everybody's airport friend. Who's your airport friend? And that's just an odd one for me. One, because I am so totally unapologetically independent. It's really hard for me to ask for anything. This year has really like turned me on my head with like who I've been, where like I can do it myself, and like asking for help has been really like new for me because I'm not usually that person.
Yeah.
And so to have a friend like you, Danielle, that just flew out to fucking clean out my closet at 2:00 in the morning is like, man, who knew that airport friends could feel so good? But yeah, I guess I'm like an airport friend. Like I'm always down for a good time and a little chaos. But I'm also the super stable, responsible. I mean, I used to drive around all my drag queen friends to go to every nightclub as they're like throwing up out the window of my car and shit. Like, I guess I am like the responsible one. It's not that fun. Actually, it is that fun because I know I'm going to get home safely. Because all those other motherfuckers would say like, oh yeah, I'll drive to the club tonight. And then you'd be like watching them like take their 4th drink away from the bar. Like, bro, like I'm going to stop before we leave. Like, so yeah, I guess I'm the responsible one. The mom of the group. Okay. You're getting sent to a deserted island. I don't know why. Go with it. And you can bring 3 items with you that are not survival. You have all the survival gear. What do you bring?
Oh, I was going to say the survival gear, but
You need more than 3. Listen, my favorite show on this planet is the show Alone.
Oh, yes.
It's so good.
I still haven't watched that.
Rod, what are you doing with your life?
I don't even know where I would watch it.
It's so amazing because it's like, these people they've proven proficiency. So they're not just like throwing some asshole onto a fucking island that's going to cry and whatever.
There's the other cutie.
This is the fat one. Is that Checkers?
That is Checkers. Oh, Checkers. Oh.
Meow, meow. Oh. I don't really like you. Fuck you, feed me. This is why cats. So they get to pick their survival gear and stuff, but it's partly like a lot of the people leave for like the psychological element that they have nobody there to talk to. And like that part wouldn't be a problem for me. Put me in my coffin with my refried beans. Like I'm good.
That's me every day.
And so come back in a decade. But
so is that one of the things you'd bring, refried beans with you, Molly, to the deserted?
I mean, hopefully you'd have food, but I'm not very picky about food, clearly. I'm like sneaking candy the whole time. Keystone Channel says, I still haven't watched Lost either. Lost was really good, but I think they just came up with this great idea, and then they all kind of looked at each other a few seasons in, and they were like, well, now what do we do? Like, how do we wrap this up? What do we, like, is J.R. Ewing going to just be, like, in the shower going, it was all a dream? And then they ended up screwing it up, and people were really pissed because we were, like, cliffhangers, like, oh, my God, every week. But so, Patricia, the Alone is real. These people are put like 10 miles apart, usually like Labrador Island, Canada. And so you got a couple of weeks before it gets really cold. So you've got to think about shelter, but you've got to think about food and how to get clean water. And so there's a lot of the busy work, but then there's a lot of like downtime and just being alone with your thoughts. And like that takes out some of the most like, the Navy SEAL that's just like, yeah, I can do anything. And he's like, I miss my kids, and so he leaves on day 3 and you just have like some scraggly guy who's got nothing to lose that ends up making it. And for me, like, obviously like the winner is exciting, but the winner like has gone through so much and you don't know how many people are left. So that's part of the psychological torture because you're suffering and you're freezing and your sock has a hole in it and your toes turning black. And like, there's just all that suffering. Like, I don't know if I'm going to catch any more fish and like, there's no more game to get. And I'm so hungry. I wonder how many more people are out there. Like, am I close to winning? Are they hungry? Did they get like a big, animal that they're eating like all winter? And so they have these periodic medical checks, and there are people that get yanked. There was this one guy who was doing so awesome. He was catching so many fish and he had them all dried, but like part of starvation is that you don't feel hungry anymore. So he wasn't eating. He was just like hoarding all these fish in his tent. So they come to do a medical check on him and they're like, you gotta go, dude. Like, you're not doing well. Like, your liver is going to shut down. And he's just like crying. He's like, no, please, I'll eat all my fish. Like, I just want to stay. Like, you can't. You're at the point of no return. You should have ate that fish. And they pulled him. And that guy could have lived out there for the next 20 fucking years. He was so good. So then he didn't end up winning it. But they do these medical checks and they don't even like treat you human or like speak to you. They're just like, hey, get on the scale. Okay, let me see your back. Now take off your boots. Let me see your toes. Okay, do this, whatever. And so because the whole part is like they don't want to be like, how are you doing? Like they want you to be alone, but they do need to check on you. And so when you have won, your loved one comes up behind you during this medical check and like to give you this hug. And that's how you know that you won. Like, you turn around and like your wife is there and like you can't watch without crying. It's just like so cathartic and exciting. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but
I don't either. Yeah,
dude, Alone is really good. It's just really good.
Okay.
And there's a whole like system to it. Do you spend all this time making this like 3-story fucking cabin, or do you just do the bare minimum? Because like calories are at an all-time high when you first get dropped off.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be wasting all of that. So you also don't want to make a shelter that you're going to have to rebuild, and people get fires in their tents and then they don't have a shelter and like there's no wood around and they're totally exhausted. And I don't know. I think it's like the best show. This show is not brought to you by Alone. Watch it on the History Channel. Okay, what bad thing happened to you that
you answered the question?
Huh?
I said, I don't know that we answered the question.
Did we? What was the question? I don't know.
What do you drink on a deserted island?
Oh, yeah. What are you going to take on a deserted island?
Yeah, I mean,
Throw it on the other side of my tea. It's done.
if I already have all the survival stuff, then I guess I would bring books and a sketch pad and art supplies.
Okay, Rod, but then what if it's like that Twilight Zone with Burgess Meredith where he breaks his glasses and he goes, time enough at last.
Then I guess I'm just fucked. I mean, if that happens, I may as well just go stick my head in the ocean.
Yeah. Okay. Danielle.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. What would you take on a desert island while I eat my banana taffy?
I've been asked this question a lot. We ask it on like icebreakers and stuff at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so like when you hire new people, desert island question. A lot of people say a solar powered Kindle, which I don't even think exists, but it's the concept of having like lots of books, but like, so I like that concept because I'd want stuff to read. And in that vein, I would want some kind of solar powered like radio of some kind, something I can listen to, whatever the music is, or just news or what have you, just to like have that noise around. And then I don't know, my guiltiest, I don't call it a guilty pleasure. Like the one thing that I just love so much in life that I would be miserable without is hot showers. And so like, that's my joy. That's my only joy I have left in life. Cat assholes and hot showers. Like if I could find a way to like heat water there so that I could take, there's like camping things like where the water comes down, like to heat that water up so I could still take a hot shower somehow. I think that's what I'd want.
I think I'd bring 3 people. Sorry. You're coming with me.
Oh, I was like, why? Sorry.
I think I would bring 3 people. I wouldn't tell them that I brought them. I'd be like, God, this really sucks that we're all here like this.
I know. It's so strange.
I don't know what 3 people, but I would bring 3 people.
That's a question in and of itself. Like if you could bring only 3 people with you to a deserted island, I guess it wouldn't really be deserted anymore, but who would you bring? That would be.
Well, yeah. So that's sort of the question for the 2 of you. Like you're bringing all these books, and I don't know if you guys are big sci-fi H.G. Wells fans, but The Time Machine, where he brings books with him when he goes back. And they were like, they look at his books and they're like, I wonder which 3 books that he brought. Which would you bring? Like if you were starting a civilization from scratch, like what 3 books are you going to bring? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Like, what do you bring?
Oh, like, are you seriously asking the question?
Yeah, like if you were starting a civilization over, like,
I would bring the Iliad, Lord of the Rings, and Complete Tales of Edgar Allan Poe.
Where's Waldo? There's one in here that says, what is your favorite book?
I still have to ask questions too.
Okay, go.
Let's see. Rod, would you rather have super strength or ability to fly?
I'd rather fly, I think.
Ability to
That's
fly
a,
or superhuman strength?
yeah,
Yes.
because I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where, traveling is such a pain in the ass. If I could just fly, I could just go wherever I wanted to.
You can fly. It's called an airplane rod, and I've tried to get it
No,
to
that's
Michigan.
that's a metal death trap in the sky.
Wait, so you trust yourself? You're just going to fly without any metal covering you?
Yeah, because I would be awesome at it.
I think
Henry's
that's
in the chat, and he says that he would just bring vintage Playboys.
Well, if you're on the island alone, you gotta keep yourself occupied, I guess.
He wouldn't. He would take his wife. I guess I would fly because it would be like more fun.
Yeah, I'm same.
You can make more money off of it. That's important. Okay, what bad thing happened to you that was actually good in the end?
Getting a
Why are you
DUI.
laughing?
I'm laughing at what Becky Lou said.
Oh, yes. So, Henry, you only have 3 things. So, if you want what Becky Lou's offering, that's one less vintage Playboy for you.
Yeah.
Let's find some emotes.
Some hand lotion emotes.
For Henry.
You need an extra large bottle of hand lotion.
Maybe you could use oh geez. There you go. No, I wouldn't leave her. Yeah, you could have her. So vintage Playboy, your wife, and then some hand lotion, I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time, Henry. So what bad thing happened to you that was actually good in the end?
Getting a DUI, because it turned my whole life around. I was going in the totally wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
And after that happened, I just started cleaning everything up. And I don't know where I'd be if that hadn't happened. I might not even be here right now. So even though it sucked at the time, it was like the worst thing ever. But in the end, I think it was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
And how many years ago was that?
Probably
back in California.
Maybe, like 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I was the night that it happened, I had been drinking for 3 days straight. And it was just bad. I was bad. It's something that had to happen.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely had to happen. So I wasn't going to stop, not on my own.
Oh, I mean, that's good. It's weird because you don't get to pick somebody else's bottom. And I guess mine has to do with alcohol too. But it was somebody I was dating, had zero awareness that he had a problem with alcohol. It caused him to accidentally fuck his roommate a handful of times, and he lost his driver's license because he got a DUI. He lost his job because he kept going in late. Bro, you're not seeing this. And so he ended up getting drunk and going to this party, and the girl from the party calls me and she goes, "Pick him up. He drank my grandfather's bottle of scotch. He broke my coffee table." And I'm like, I'm not his babysitter. Throw him in a cab. I'll pay for it when it gets here, but I'm not losing my parking spot over this shit. So I'm not his mommy. So I guess he got pissed and he got on the subway, and it's a whole long story, but he got robbed on the subway and they crushed in his skull. He lost his eye sockets, his sinus cavity, pieces of every tooth, and it was a mess. But through that, I started volunteering for the Los Angeles Police Department, and I fucking loved it. And I mean, I was just some goth girl. My hair was this color. And I was volunteering, and it was like so exciting to just be a part of the community in like a different way. Well, I mean, growing up, I was, getting signatures for permit parking and getting trees put in and working at soup kitchens as like a little punk kid and all this stuff. But to help in that way was so exciting. And then the captain of Rampart Station, Dennis Kremens, who is just such an awesome man, said, you should apply. And I said, you are smoking crack. But I did apply, like as like a dare, just to do it. And it totally changed my life. So I'm so thankful for that guy just being an absolute unapologetic fuck up, because it changed my life in just like the greatest way. I moved him out, gave him like a whole dowry. And I think that was like the lowest point, is moving him out and just being like, oh my God, like I've been babysitting this guy for like, while he's like got his jaw wired shut and he wants to go out drinking. And I'm just like, how do you
Even
not?
after all of that, you still wanted to go drink?
Yeah, he did. So V&V came to town, and I was dear friends with Ronan. And so Ronan said, hey, come. And I was like, bro, we can't. Like, he's not doing well. And with the skull, like, you can't put anything behind it to like a cast or whatever to. So every time he coughed, bless you, Danielle, it would break things again. So, he couldn't have anything with pepper. He couldn't have any fragrance, because you can't sneeze or cough because the jaw was wired shut, and then all the shit around it was fractured. I'm like, I can't like risk that somebody's going to like go and give a hug and brush up against him. No, you can have dressing room passes. And then he was just like, come on, like I need to like get my life together. I need to like go out and, see friends and pick myself up. And I fell for it. And so we get there, and one of his friends came up to him and goes, dude, you look like you need a drink. And then he turns to me and he goes, can I? Can you? You've lost 25 pounds in a month because you haven't had any solid food. Like, you want me to just like shoulder drag you to the car tonight because you want to get toasted? Like, that moment, that was done. That was done. But I'm like so grateful for it, because I think, I don't know, you don't pick somebody else's bottom, but also he couldn't pick my bottom, and like I was done. That was it for me. So it gave me the greatest job that I've ever had in my life, and it gave me so much like purpose and so much more of like a clear picture of the world that we live in and stuff. I think it changed me, certainly politically, and I'm really grateful to him. He married a teenager like 2 months after I dumped him, but that's good. Just as an aside. So yeah. Oh no, he emailed me and asked me for permission to marry a teenager. It's like, you can marry my mom. Like, if we're done, like whatever you need to do, dude. No hard feelings, just move along. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah. Anyway, what about you, Danielle? What bad thing happened to you that actually was good in the end?
I was thinking about that while you all were sharing your stories. So I've had a lot of stuff I could put in that category, but kind of to talk in the similar vein is, I also used to drink very heavily and party and have a good time. Having kids put a damper on that for a bit, but I had a very close friend that was my party friend. And then, after the kids were born, I started to drink again. And there was a point where she was watching one of my kids and put one of my kids in danger. And so I broke off my friendship with her. It was very difficult. She was my best friend. We spent every day together. And I just said, I need time away from you right now, because it was so upsetting. Like, my kid could have been killed in the situation. And after that, like, I stopped partying and drinking and doing all this stuff. And she ended up getting multiple DUIs, lost her job, lost her marriage, ended up in jail. And I think about that all the time. Like, what if that didn't happen? Would I have gone down that same road with her?
Yeah.
And So it was a horrible situation and horrible incident that happened, and I lost a best friend. But I think I kind of woke up to like kind of the life I wanted to lead. And I'm a mom now. I have to be more responsible, and that to me was a big wake up call. And someone's at the door.
Are they?
There's somebody walking a dog. If somebody walks a dog,
I'm like, I didn't send you any more packages. Henry said he broke a toilet once because he was drunk. My friend Shalina broke her neighbor's toilet, and that was really funny. I don't know why I laughed so hard at that, but she didn't really know the neighbor that much. And it was just stupid. Okay, we need a palate cleanser. Give me one of your questions, Danielle.
Okay, here's one. Rod, would you rather turn into a werewolf one day out of the month or have a werewolf tail every day for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I'd rather do it just the one night every month. I think having a tail would be a real inconvenience. I mean, how do you wear pants?
With a tail hole.
Yeah, maybe you just don't wear pants anymore. You come up with a whole new style of clothing.
I don't think I'd care about having the werewolf tail. I'd want the experience of being the werewolf.
Yeah, the full experience, not just the back end part.
Ben says some people would be really into the tail, though. I think Ben's trying to tell us that he's a furry.
I think so. Which leads me into my next question. Rod, would you rather be covered in hair head to toe or completely hairless?
Yeah, hairless.
Knock my socks off said, I'll take the tail. I can use it to bitch slap stupids with it. That sounds like a good time. You better invite me over. You can do a surgery and get rid of the tail. Oh, Patricia. That's good. I like it. She's thinking. I touch my tail all day long. But not if you're cutting it off. I've gone through menopause. I don't want repeats monthly with werewolves. Is that what it's like? Is that what I have to look up forward to? Oh!
Yep, absolutely.
What if you could get a surgery to get the tail? Listen, I had a friend, Johnny Hawaiian, that found a Mexican doctor that was going to cut off his perfectly good leg from the kneecap down and put a prosthetic claw on him. I don't know if he ever did it, but yeah. Mexico, they'll do whatever you want.
True.
I would want to be the werewolf. Are we still talking about that one?
Yeah.
Hairless.
Hairless
or hairy. I'd be hairy. That'd be fun. Listen, I've been hairless my whole life. My mom glued a bow to my head till I was 14, so people knew I was a girl. I want to be hairy. Bring it on. Just
Yeah, it could be cool. I would pick, and then for the previous one, I would pick the werewolf. I think that'd be cool to be a werewolf once a month.
What do werewolves eat? Do they eat people? Or do they just slash them and kill them?
I don't know.
They kill them.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Bonus.
It could be a day of fasting. I think there's a lot of benefits to it, actually.
There's a lot of benefits. Obviously, Molly hasn't yet reached the start of menopause. You'll change your mind one day on being the werewolf, girly. I don't know. I'm looking forward to hot flashes as somebody who basically sets my shoes on fire with a heater under my desk all day. The thought of just finally being warm enough is just so exciting to me. Bring on the hot flashes.
Yeah.
Be exciting. You can do a surgery and get rid of the tail. Oh yeah, we already did that one. A werewolf with hot flashes. That's even better. Because then you have all the fur to keep that warmth in. I love being hot. I sometimes if it's summer and you're going to someplace and you just sit in the car for a minute before you get out with the car off and you just bake for a second. And you're so good. Yes, spontaneous human combustion. Don't even kid with me, knock my socks off. I would love to die from spontaneous human combustion. And then the headstone, now I know how Joan of Arc felt. Thank you. Thank you, Tim Morrissey. Okay, what era do you wish you lived in?
I would I got like this fascination with the 1800s, like the Old West. I think that's where I am supposed to be, actually. I love that whole era.
Like at the saloon, kicking the door open.
Yeah. Walking around with a gun and just having like tons of land, having a ranch, and just the whole thing. It seems awesome.
So they have a whole thing in Tombstone, Arizona in October, I think, and it's called Hell Dorado. And it's like a whole week where guys just like walk the streets dressed like outlaws and marshals, and women have their like bonnets and corsets on, and like it's really kind of cool.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Go. And then you can see the Birdcage Theater and the Shootout at the OK Corral, and go to the Hill Cemetery. And my mind is full of a lot of superfluous knowledge, but there you are, Hell Dorado week.
My friend went there one time, and he went.
I don't know what I did to be sick, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Patricia wants to talk. Why do you all want to talk to me when I get hot flashes? You guys are perverted. So would you be a marshal or an outlaw?
I'd be a marshal. It doesn't end well for the outlaws.
People were a lot more civilized back then. Even like you watch like 70s cop shows and like, all right, I caught you. You're right. I did it. And it's like, there's never any of these like police chases. Did you see that one in LA today? Where the guy hit the back of a dump truck? Oh, it's graphic. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was going 100 miles an hour and he hits the back of a dump truck and he came out and his body like swings around, but his feet are caught like at the window of the car. And his body is just like along the pavement while the car like goes off, and the dump truck was like, well, that was a big speed bump, and like just keeps going, like had no idea that some dude's like dead from his car. Yeah, they didn't have that in the Wild West, where people were just so unapologetically lawless. People still had, even criminals had more like moral rules than now. Yeah. Henry wants to be in West Hollywood in June. You go, girl. You go, girl. Let me make your thong for you, please. I'm really good at sewing sequins. So I believe in you. What era would you live in, Danielle?
Oh, I sat there thinking about this. That's a hard one. And it's all romanticized to me because I realized a lot of the times I want to live in wouldn't have like indoor plumbing and, the niceties that we have today. So I don't know how lovely it would be, but my best guess off the top of my head again, like a Jack Black answer again, is whatever time like Socrates was alive.
Okay, so like what if you show up and there he is
time,
and you're just like,
era.
Dude, you're like a shill. Like you're just pulling the shit out of your ass. And everyone's like, oh, clap, clap, clap. Henry wants to be in the early 80s to see Minor Threat play. That's a good time. Yeah. So Knock My Socks Off said that 20s, 30s, 40s, I'm drawn to that for some reason. I am totally there with you. I just think that was just such a great time to be, a woman, because you had some modern conveniences, but you had like old school chivalry. It just seems like a romantic time. And musically, it just seems like an uncomplicated, I mean, of course, we had a little problem, just a little war. But I think it would be pretty cool. 80s, man. The 80s was good, Mr. Crinkles. I don't know if were you not in the 80s or were you like in diapers in the 80s, so you didn't really get to experience it, but the 80s was a pretty wonderful time.
Yep.
I saw the Jackson 5 in 1984, Dodger Stadium. It was fucking the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. This mechanical spider came down and grabbed Michael and like took him off the stage, and you're just like, I was like 4 miles away, like up in nosebleeds, just screaming. Like I thought he could hear me, and man, it was good. Yeah, I think 20s, 30s, 40s, and then like I could be like young, like friends with my grandma, and that would be really fun.
Oh,
that'd be nice. The crash wasn't pleasant, and depression, but still drawn to those years. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't all sunshine and lollipops, but still, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Cut your hair short, go to a speakeasy. And
Henry's saying that it wasn't a great time for the Chicanos. Well, them's the breaks. Maybe I would come back as Chicano. I've got a little Hispanic in me. Oh, well, I did, but I dumped him. Okay, so let's talk physical senses, your 5 senses. You can increase one, but it decreases another. What do you do?
Well, I know which one I would like to increase, and that would be my sight. I hate wearing these stupid glasses.
Dude.
But decrease, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to decrease any of them.
Well, you have to. That's Sophie's choice, bro. That's the breaks. I think
I can't decrease my hearing because I got to have music, and I can't decrease touch because I need to be able to handle my tools for make my artwork, and taste. I mean, I gotta be able to taste my food. I mean, what are you going to decrease?
Taste. I mean, I think I eat like the most bland diet ever anyway. Actually, that's the trick. I would decrease my taste because then I don't care about all this candy and like good tasting stuff. Then it's like I'm eating the kale because I have to. I can't taste it anyway. That's
well, I guess that would be the one because I couldn't decrease any other one.
Because you could still put me in the vat of refried beans. Don't get away from that. I still want to be in the vat of refried beans because it's still warm and gooey and happy. I don't need to taste it. That's enough. Oh no. And yeah, my glasses, like it's so annoying. And I only wear readers, but I'll put one up on my head and then I'm like, where are my glasses? Like, and then I'll go to put another pair of glasses on and I'll go to put them up and then I feel that there's already a pair up there and I'm like, I'm that person now? When did that fucking happen? What about you, Danielle?
I would improve my hearing because I'm going deaf very rapidly, and I would decrease my smell. That's the easy one. It's not that I couldn't smell at all anymore, and I know it would affect how I taste things, but I'm fine with smelling less. I already have a very sensitive nose as it is, so I think I'd go to normal level with a decrease.
Yeah, sometimes there are things you do not want to smell.
I've smelled many things. I wish I could take
not
that.
to dime anyone out, but life
like
could be rough.
Dog farts.
All right, Danielle, you got a would you rather for us?
All right, let's see. Would you rather, oh my gosh, fight one average size female lion or 20 lion-sized squirrels?
An average size female lion?
Yes.
Or 20 squirrels that are the size of the average size lion?
Yes.
Squirrels can be vicious.
Yeah, I would have to fight the one because that's the only chance. If I went up against 20 squirrels that were beside the lions, they're going to kill me.
I don't know how you do that. Well, you know that I was, that I had squirrel friends when I first moved to Michigan. And let me see if I could find a video of one of my squirrel friends. And I had Betty stuffed, and she looks like shit now, but whatever. She was cute and she was happy. Wait, I have like, my secret shit posting Instagram, and it's basically all fucking squirrels. It's good times. Oh, here was a delight. So if you didn't open the door quickly enough, like in the morning, they were like, we want our food. They would like get on the screen and just like rip the screen to like try to get in. Cause they used to come in the house because there was like jars of nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Fucking savage beast. That was so dumb. But then let me find Betty because she was so cute. Here's Betty. It's all snowy outside, and she's like coming inside to say hi to me. She was such a cutie. And Betty was like my first friend. So,
how did you? She obviously passed because you had her stuffed. How did you find her like body?
She was just laying in the snow one day, and it's weird because like I felt so like weird about like touching her because like part of you feels like a groomer when you're trying to like make friends with squirrels because you're like, let me just put the net a little bit closer and like, but here's Betty. She was so cute.
Oh.
But yeah, I didn't want to like touch her because I just felt like I didn't have permission. So I didn't touch her until she was stuffed. But I put her in a box and I called some taxidermist in Michigan and was like, do you do squirrels? Like, yeah, for $450. Like, okay, I'll be right over. So that was how that happened. And then like, so I took this super cute picture of her looking all like, hi. And I was like, that's the pose I want. And then he gave me back the squirrel that was like, dirt. Like, it was just like, sorry, Betty. That's why I would never do the Body Worlds exhibit. I wanted to donate my corpse to whoever the hell wants it. I don't care. I'm dead. But if you join the Body Worlds exhibit, like you're never going to be that knight riding the horse with the sword going charge. Like they're going to make you like bent over cleaning out a closet for all eternity in like a museum. I don't want that. Not at all. I don't know. I'll look for more Bettys, but okay. So favorite childhood memory.
I have this memory of Christmas one year, and I don't know how old I was. I was really little, but we back then our family was like a unit. It's like everybody would come over for the holidays. It was just like the house would be just filled with people at my great grandmother's house. And I just remember for some reason I had this memory stuck in my head of one night, just a big party there, and everybody was there, and it was just an amazing time. And I was just a little kid just running around and stuff. But it was just that feeling of family and like just I don't know. It was, I guess that's my best memory. And I don't know why that memory sticks in my head, and so many other memories, I just don't remember at all. There's a lot of my childhood that I don't remember.
That's when you were sucked up into the space ship.
Probably. Yeah.
Danielle. Yes. I don't know. I mean, I'm just like have my head in my ass, so I don't know why I even just thought of this, but this was the first thing that came to my mind, and clearly it's not my best childhood memory, but it's kind of like one that sticks with me. My dad used to take us fishing. We would get on this boat at like 10 o'clock at night, and you sleep in this tiny little bunk. And when you wake up early in the morning, you're ready to fish because the boat goes out at night. And I always took the Dramamine. Your dad gives it to you, and you take the Dramamine. But this time I was like, Dad, I don't need that because I don't get sick. So I'm not going to take the Dramamine. So then I got totally sick. And my dad gave me $1, and he's like, go get yourself a 7-Up. And so I'm like walking with this $1 down to like the galley area of the boat. And I feel like I've like ruined this like fishing trip. And I'm like, and then he's being all nice and he's letting me have a soda. Like, I shouldn't reward myself with a soda. I know, I'm going to get milk. So I got like a carton of milk because I thought I was doing the right thing. Like, I didn't know that like 7-Up settles your stomach.
Yeah.
I threw that milk up all over the Pacific Ocean that day. And then I felt really, really bad. Like, oh yeah, that's unfortunate. But I don't know why that came into my head, but that's basically my childhood story. What about yours? Here's Betty's taxidermy.
Oh,
He's looking all derpy. What about you, Danielle? Give us a childhood memory.
oh my gosh. I was going to say I don't have one. But I do remember it's a little non-PC. I'll try to be nice. So I hear the police. Oh.
It is a medical call.
Woo, 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 woo.
Chest pain.
Yes, I have that.
That's what the medical call's for, chest pain.
Okay. So my favorite memory, my mom had 3 brothers, and one of her brothers, my uncle, was mentally challenged. He had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck or something in childbirth, and so he didn't get enough oxygen. So he kind of had the mental capacity, I would say, of like maybe like a 2-year-old, and he couldn't talk, and he needed constant care. And he was my favorite uncle, Uncle Chito. And he was the best. He always loved being with the kids and having a fun time. So one time, my parents wanted to go watch, what is that musical? I'm going to say it wrong. Somebody in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't.
It was Jesus Christ Superstar, something at the Crystal Cathedral in California. And so my aunt and uncle took my parents and my grandma, and they all went to go to this. So they left Uncle Chito with me and my 2 cousins. And we were not really probably old enough to watch him. I don't know how old we were. I want to say I was like maybe 8 or 9 or something. And my cousins were younger than me. And he had to use the restroom, and we didn't know how to help him. And so we told my cousin Chris, I don't know how old he was, like 8 or something. We're like, you go take him to the bathroom. You're a guy. So he takes him to the bathroom, and when he comes back out, and he's like, he went to the bathroom on himself. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what to do. So I had him wrap him in a towel and like got his pants and underwear. And I was like trying to dry it with the blow dryer to like dry it. I'm like, this isn't working. We have to put it in the dryer. So I put him in the dryer, dried him, and had Chris, my cousin, dress him back up. And then Uncle Chito wouldn't leave the bathroom. So he loved food. And so we had to coax him out of the bathroom with Otter Pops. And so we used a whole like 20 Otter Pops, and we put them along the floor, and he just like was eating them, and we got him out of the bathroom. And we were like, whoa, like we thought we were getting so much trouble, right? And so everybody comes back from the musical, and they're like, all right, have a good night. And then the next morning, my mom comes in my bedroom, and she's like, what happened with Johnny? Or his name was Johnny, but we called him Uncle Chito. And I was like, why? What do you mean? And she's like, Grandma wants to know what happened with him. And I'm like, nothing. Everything's fine. And she's like, something happened with his clothes. And I was like, how did you know? And she's like, because Grandma went to change him to put his pajamas on and his underwear were backwards.
Oh,
And she dresses him every day. She's like, I know I didn't put his underwear on backwards. So we were caught because.
at least I didn't think you molested him.
No, absolutely not. But it was very
All right,
funny.
I found another squirrel video. This is the escalation of squirrels in 3 acts. This was my old place. All right, so there's squirrels eating on the deck. I'm not really good at my left and right yet.
I can't see.
And then there's a squirrel inside
Oh, okay.
on my windowsill. And then there's just a squirrel in one of my jars, like just eating straight out of the jar. Outside. Inside. I'm trying to get the jar one. So you can see this fucking beast. Dumbass sitting in the jar. Hopefully my new place will have squirrels. I haven't seen any squirrel nests, but what I do have at my place, there's a big bird bath, and these crows keep coming into the bird bath with a whole ass piece of fucking bread, and then they're like dipping it in the bird bath, and I'm like, bro, you're like ruining the drink for everyone because they don't eat the whole piece of bread, and they take off. Like, where are they getting bread? I gotta get on the Nextdoor app and be like, which one of you motherfuckers is like handing out Wonder Bread to the goddamn crows? All right, Danielle, go to one of your questions. We've got people in the chat.
Okay. Rod, would you rather break your finger or your toe?
My toe.
Any
Is-
particular toe?
Oh, I can pick which one. I'll break the little one.
The little pinky toe? I don't realize how much you use it until it's broken.
I know, but I mean, what if you broke the big one? I mean, I think that would be even worse.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Molly?
Knock my socks off. Didn't hear the question. Would you rather break your finger or your toe? And also, favorite childhood memory: riding the old trains all over east of Mississippi. Dad passed away, and we got free railroad passes on Wabash and sister company trains. Joseph, thank you, Ben. Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Dreamcoat.
I would rather break my finger because I just moved into a house with 705,000 freaking stairs. And like, that just sounds like a bad time. Because then you have the boot on, and how do you go up or down stairs with crutches on? I don't know. I think a finger. I could still paint with 9 fingers, so
Yeah,
that's good for
I'm
me.
thinking with you. I'm thinking with you on the finger. Like if I was my pinky, like I could just wrap it, and like it would be uncomfortable, but it wouldn't. I'm with you. I think the toe would cause more issues. But okay, next one. Would you rather walk a mile in the snow without a jacket or walk a mile in 100-degree heat without any water?
Snow.
Well, I have walked a mile in the 100-degree heat with no water, so I would do that.
Snow. You warm up.
Yeah.
It's funny because we had like a 65-degree day the other day, and I was like sweating. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that I've like acclimated. You totally warm up in the snow. Like you're shoveling the driveway and you're like taking off your jacket and stuff. Whereas like heat is just oppressive. It always makes me feel like from Raiders of the Lost Ark when like the face is like melting. That's how I feel.
You were just saying how you wanted to spontaneously combust earlier.
I'm not
How much
walking
you
a
like
mile. I'm just hanging out. And then I see you on YouTube. I don't really know what that means, but thank you for offering. Like some unsupervised child is in the...
Someone get your child, your 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Out of the...
Go tell your mommy you've been bad. Knock My Socks Off says, I have a drink beside me 100% of the time, usually coffee. You don't want to drink coffee while you're in a 100-degree like inferno. That's not a good one. 100 degrees isn't that bad. That's true. And snow. I can't choose between those, heat or cold. Well, somebody come get your child.
Next one. Would you rather never be able to remember a song's name or have to begin every sentence with, well, actually?
Well, since I can't remember song names anyway, then I guess I would rather just do that.
Yeah, it's not even just that you have to use the well actually, but it's just the like bitchy sort of connotation of that, I guess. I don't know. Well, actually, it's like
that reminds me of that episode of The Office where they were doing that exact same thing where Oscar would always like interject something like, well, actually, and they kept like doing little clips of him every time, actually. And then I think they like played it back for him and he was like, oh my God, do I really say that all the time?
I mean, I was a kid of the 80s, so like is just part of that vernacular. And then I'm like, but then like, I don't like no, but like, I've had to beat that out of myself. And whoever removed that wretched child from YouTube, thank you. You're
welcome.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Magic.
The thing is, like, I'm all for good mischief, and I love a good just like roast. Like, come in and like tell me something, but poo poo pee pee gaga goo goo, like it's not doing anything for me. Like, you're gonna have to step up your game. We'll talk offline because I want to know how you did that.
Okay.
All right, let me get. I don't know why I'm shaking the bucket. Who cares? What's one thing that people misunderstand about you? I feel like I know yours, Danielle, and I feel like it might be mine.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I want to hear from the birthday boy.
I don't know. I think people get the wrong impression of me. Like they think I'm unapproachable or I'm not a nice person or something because of the way I look or maybe the expression on my face when I'm walking around or something, when that's not the case at all. Mm-hmm. So maybe that, I don't know.
I would think that you are a little bit on the more pensive, quieter, reserved side. I wouldn't take that to mean that you're unapproachable, but I guess if that would be more on the person that's wanting to approach you, that they're timid and not that you're unapproachable. Well, Danielle, let's see if I got yours.
Yes.
What do you think yours is?
Oh, you're not going to tell me first? There's actually lots of things people misunderstand about me. But I'm going to kind of agree with Rod. Like my face tells a million stories. I have massive facial expressions and I've been told I have resting bitch face all the time. I'm very serious and I'm a lot of inward thinking. There's a whole circus going on inside my head at all times. And I overanalyze everything and I have lots of anxiety. So I tend to be in my head a lot. So at rest, or if I'm listening to somebody or just kind of sitting there or doing an errand, like at the shop, at the grocery store or going to Target or whatever, I tend to have a very pensive, serious face. And so like Rod, people tend to think I'm either bitchy or mean or serious or not nice. And I get told by so many people, I was intimidated when I first met you, or I thought you were mean. And then they meet me and they're like, you're the nicest person I've ever met in my life. And I'm like, yeah, Like, and I'm one
Nobody's
of those
ever told me I'm the nicest person they ever met in their life.
I can go for very serious and somebody just has to be like, hey, and I'm like, oh, hi. You know, I'm just so like locked in my head all the time. But that's one of the things.
Yeah, so that's what knocked my socks off, is saying my facial appearance is the most not understood. I look serious all the time, then come out with funny wingers, takes people back sometimes. I don't think that's yours, Danielle.
All right. What do you think?
I think you and I both suffer that people think because we kind of grew up in this sort of like alternative music scene that we're some kind of like weird dominatrix, fringe society, like wild, like super sexual, like doing crazy shit, like kind of person. And I think both of us are like really surprisingly, when you get to know us, like very old fashioned and like very vanilla people.
Yeah,
And
that is absolutely one. Yes.
yeah. And then like, not to dime either of us out, but one of us has a significant amount of tattoos that would cause, it's not me, that would cause people to be even more so that way. Like, oh shit, this girl's wild. This girl's gonna like show me a wild time. And you're just like the sweetest little thing.
I'm like, I just made cookies. Do you want to watch the next season of Lost?
Yeah. I made cookies. Let me put on my apron so that I cover the picture of Satan on my tits.
It's not Satan, it's Cthulhu, but you know,
Whatever.
primordial.
Listen, I'm just telling you what the boys on Tinder think. That's all I'm saying.
But yes, that is, and I used to have tons of piercings. I used to have tons of facial piercings and body piercings. And yes,
Did you? I only remember your nose piercing.
I had my eyebrow pierced. I had double lip piercings. I had my tongue pierced. I had my nipples pierced. I had everything.
Really?
Yeah, I was crazy looking. And I had my crazy color hair and all this stuff. And yeah, people just thought, oh,
Yeah.
People thought I was wild and crazy. And I'm like, I just want to watch X-Files. And
Right. Yeah. I just want a boyfriend that I can hold hands with and eat
Yes.
mac and cheese. Like,
exactly. Have tacos and just chill.
yeah. Yeah. It's hard out here for a pimp. Knock my socks off says, LOL, really set my neighbors aback telling the story of how I told Guy to build my kitchen island. I can't do dimensions. Best way I could tell what I wanted was make it big enough for three-way sex. See, the size island I wanted. Yes. I don't know. Like, I think I'm a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, but I think at the end of the day, my appearance, when people meet me, they think like, oh, she must be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not really that crazy. If anybody has questions, burning questions for the three of us that don't have to do with poo pee pee goo goo gaga, because I do have more. But Danielle, why don't you do one of your would you rathers?
Okay. Rod, are you sweet or salty with the foods you like? If someone offered you a snack,
Salty. I'd never really been into sweets. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't big into candy or any of that stuff. I like salty stuff better.
I'm a salty as well. I'll take potato chips over candy any day. We all know what you are, Molly. Yeah. All right, it's a similar question. This is almost identical, but if you can only eat one thing for the rest of your life, would you rather have it be pizza or ice cream?
Pizza.
C, refried beans.
Well, that wasn't a choice.
I guess pizza then.
All right, yeah.
I'm not a fan of cold food. I like comfort food.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah. Not a fan of cold food. It's just not exciting. It doesn't make me feel like, you know.
Yeah.
Would you rather hunt for Bigfoot or Nessie?
Oh, that's easy.
Depends. Are you going with me? Nessie, Scotland. That'd be fun.
I'd pick Bigfoot.
It might
Yeah,
be
I'd pick
easier
Bigfoot,
too,
too.
because like you don't have to look as hard. You just have to sort of sit on the shoreline and go, "Yep, there it is." Okay, I've picked a couple of good ones. I'm throwing out some of these other ones. Throw that out. Throw that out. I liked this one.
Okay, go.
Who and where would you haunt if you were a ghost?
Oh, that's a good one.
So, as somebody who used to move the Ouija board, like I would find my most like superstitious, freaked out friend, because that'd be like the best bang for my buck. Like just the jumpiest person, because then you'd get like the most fun out of it.
I don't have anybody that I would want to haunt.
You can haunt them in a good way.
Way.
Yeah, like fun stuff.
I still don't have anybody I would want to haunt.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do it mean-spirited, because then it's like I'm even having to think about you when I'm dead. No thanks.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to haunt somebody that was like an enemy or somebody, because then I'd have to be around them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I already don't like you, so
Yeah.
you can open your own cupboards.
That's right.
Knock My Socks Off says, I think I'd pick whomever had the least belief in ghosts, because you'd make them believe. Is that the idea behind it? Because I'd want somebody who was already just like, oh, what was that? Oh my God. Like, that would just be like the most fun.
I think I would just want to haunt like an old Victorian mansion, and whoever lived in it, they would be the recipient of my haunting.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I was first thinking like I was romanticizing it, and like I would like to haunt some, Gothic cathedral in Europe somewhere, and so people would come specifically to visit me because they knew it was haunted. But in terms of people, like I got a built-in answer. I'd want to haunt my kids.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, like mom passed away. I'm like, I'm still here. Put your kids away.
Yeah.
How come you haven't washed the dishes? Stop watching that. Don't touch that. Yeah.
You'd be a nagging ghost?
Yes.
That's terrible.
I know.
Knock My Socks Off says the freak out factor would be bigger in a non-believer turned believer. Well, I don't know if you watched last week, but come haunt me, because I think I'm like the biggest skeptic of everything. I don't know how you're going to convince me, but do your best. Our Georgia house was haunted by the old caretaker of T. Graham Brown family homestead.
Ooh.
It's already packed with ghosts in those places. You'd have competition. Well, then.
Well, challenge accepted.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just like my most superstitious friend that I could have fun with. That's what I think. That one's stupid. Okay, what is your pettiest pet peeve?
Ooh.
You got one, Danielle?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Me? This isn't safe, but I hate slow drivers. And there's no reason for it except that I'm a fast driver and I'm impatient, but it just drives me insane. Like,
Slow drivers.
slow drivers, especially because I'm always running late too. Maybe that's it. But just getting behind somebody that's barely doing the speed limit or right at the speed limit, and there's no other cars, and it's like I just get so angry. I need to go to therapy for that. But that. But yes, I hate slow drivers. That's probably my pettiest pet peeve. I'm sure there's lots more. I don't like people that don't use the Oxford comma.
Yes, that bothers me because that can change the entire sentence.
Exactly.
I noticed mine when I was a detective working in a big like squad room with a bunch of other detectives. There was a detective there, and I don't know how, maybe he was a werewolf to bring this all back. The man clipped his fingernails at his desk like almost every fucking day. And it was just kunk, 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 kunk. Like, what are you doing? How do you still have fingernails from yesterday? Clip, 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 clip. I can't do it. I don't want to hear people. I don't want to hear myself cut my own fingernails. I definitely don't want to. And like, what are you like? Are you scooping them into the trash, or are they going on other people's desks?
Flying everywhere like confetti. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like a jar on your desk? Like, what the hell is going on over there? And cut it out immediately. No, can't do it.
There was this random side story. I went to art school back in the day, and I took a kind of a performance art class, and there was a gal. I thought this was very interesting, but her piece was a video of her clipping her fingernails and toenails, and then she ground them like in a mortar and pestle and to make a powder, and then she used it as seasoning on food and ate it. And so like she was re-ingesting them. I thought it was interesting, you know.
It's gross. Ben is in the chat saying fingernails in the community coffee pot.
Ew.
Yeah, we did have a community coffee pot in that squad room, and I was given specific instructions my first day as a detective. Don't be afraid of the scoop, because you'd have to like make the coffee really fucking strong.
Oh yeah.
What is your pettiest pet peeve, Rod?
I don't know if it's really a pet peeve, but it's something
Understanding that whatever you say, I'm going to violate.
Yeah, well, it's just something that used to drive me nuts when I worked in the office and I had to supervise people, and I'd go over to their desk and I'd ask them a question about whatever, and they would just tell me, I don't know. It just drove me up the wall. Because to me, it's you're telling me that you're too lazy to give me an answer. Because I don't know means you didn't think about what you were supposed to be working on or what I told you I needed you to do or whatever. So maybe in a roundabout way, it's laziness that bothers me.
Maybe apathy.
Yeah.
Not so petty. I hate that I keep getting talked over without finishing my thoughts. Dude, I am so bad at interrupting people too.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. It's just like, if it doesn't come out of my face right that second, things are going to happen. I don't know. I'm not good at it. Can't you just say to them, like, I don't know is not an answer, so I guess I'll just stand here and make this awkward until you can come up with something better?
Well, I used to get in trouble for saying things like that to people. I don't know if I was the best supervisor in the world, because I just had a very
everything.
What?
Tone is everything.
Yeah.
All right. Where is your favorite place on Earth? I'll go first because it's by Tombstone, Arizona. There is a place called Kartchner Caverns. It's in Arizona. Everybody should go. So these friends used to go caving together. And so they would go around, and there was a certain kind of yucca that would only grow in this limestone. So they knew that there was like more of an ability for there to be a cave nearby. because of how caves work. And so they're going around this one day, and they're like, well, I know where there's like this like 10-foot sinkhole thing, but I mean, it's over here. Let's go to it. And they go and they get into this little like 10-foot by 10-foot room. But at this point, it's like got broken beer bottles and graffiti and stuff in it. And it's like, God damn. It's like, we just can't even have nice things. Like, here's this like great like mini cave. And it's been like ruined by humanity. So they're just kind of sitting in there, like thinking about how, you know, they really love nature, but like other people ruin it. And at that time, there's a barometric pressure change. And there's a whoosh of air in the cave, and they smell the overwhelming mass quantity of bat shit. And they're like, dude, there's a big cave nearby. And so they have these like old carbide lamps, and they're looking around in this cave of broken glass and graffiti, and they find a grapefruit-size hole that this airflow is coming in and out of. And they're like, wherever that fucking hole goes, it's big. So they make that small hole like the size of a record and squeeze through it, because you can't be fat in cave, let me tell you. So they squeeze through it, and their carbide lamps blow out. And so they don't know what they're in. They just know by the echo of their voice, it's fucking huge. And they're the first ones in it. And so they go back several times. And it's this great story of friendship, but then also like fighting for what you believe in. Because they went to the people who owned the land and they said, you got something here. This is like Carlsbad Caverns fucking big. We want to buy the land from you. And the Karchner family that lives on the land says, no, that's where our cows graze and they like to be up on the hill and we don't want to sell. Well, you want to make some money? Because if you turn this into an attraction, you could probably make a lot of money. But here's the thing. We're going to do this right. We're not doing Carlsbad Caverns. I don't know if you guys have been there, but you park cars on top of it and the oil drips from your car and it settles into the cave and it kills the cave because these caves are living, you know, growing things with a biosphere. It's not they're living, but they're growing. And when the stalactites are covered in fucking motor oil, it can't grow the next layer. And they've got, you know, cars driving around. They've got an elevator shaft that goes down to a t-shirt souvenir shit and bathrooms inside of it. And it's like, they've just like raped this fucking cave. So they said, we don't want that. We want this to be pristine. We want this to look like nature made it. We don't want a bunch of bullshit. So they go to Arizona state parks and they go, this is what we got. And we want, I think it was $25 million because we're going to do this right. And until you give us the money, we're not even telling you where it is. We want to have airlock doors on it. We want it closed during bat season. We want to mist people down so that when they go in, they're not taking the humidity of the cave out one porous t-shirt at a time. So let's make everybody the humidity of the cave before we send them in. Also, so that there isn't, you know, a bunch of lint going in. People aren't coming in with backpacks and shit. You just come in. And it's going to be only guided tours, small guided tours only. Teach them about nature. Make them respect what it is. And also just teach them this like wonderful story about like friendship and nature and science and like fighting the government. It's the most magical place in the world. I brought my friend Rosie, who is legally blind, and like even she cried in it. And I pushed my dad in a wheelchair in it. It's just such an amazing place. They do 2 tours, the throne room and the big room. You have to do both and do the throne room second. And I mean, it's like a magical place. It's so amazing. just the stalactites and stalagmites, and they explain the weld shields and the cave bacon and the like all the stuff. They tell you everything about how these caves grow, and just like thinking about those two guys. There's in the big room, there's like a shore of mud because the water drips in so slowly. That water comes in during the monsoon season, and it comes out so slowly that it's just this perfect shore of like peanut butter. And the only evidence of humans in there is that original set of footprints through that shore that's still there, and a stick next to it that they pushed all the way down, and they were like, it's still going. We don't even know how deep this is. But it was lit by the Smithsonian. Everything is fastidiously like cleaned and taken care of. If you accidentally like brush up against something or touch something, you have to let them know. They mark it and they clean it with distilled water at night to make sure that you're not putting your oils anywhere. It really is just freaking awesome. And if you go during October, you can go to Eldorado. Just saying.
Well, I have kind of a cheesy non-answer to this question.
Okay.
And it's actually something that Danielle posted on her Instagram a couple of weeks ago. And it was the same question that said, what's your favorite place? And the answer was that I don't have a favorite place. I have favorite people. And if I'm with my favorite people, then wherever we're at, that's my favorite place.
Aw. Take them to Kartchner Caverns.
There's a place like that around here called Natural Bridge Caverns, and it's a lot like that. They have it sealed off. So, they open the doors, everybody goes in, they close the doors, so nothing can get in or out. And it's amazing in there. And it goes down really, really deep, and you get down all the way to the bottom, and they shut off all the lights, and it's just like, can't see anything. Can't see your hand right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, caving is really cool. Ben says he's talking about pettiness, people who obliviously block the aisle at the store. Yeah, I guess I could be a little bit passive aggressive. Did you want me to shop in your cart, or can I get through? Maybe that's not passive aggressive. Maybe that's just assholery. So Danielle, where's your favorite place on earth?
Oh, I love Rod's answer. That was so sweet.
It was stupid. Location. I need a fucking address right now.
I haven't been there yet, but it's on my bucket list. I really want to go to New Zealand and go to Hobbiton and see where they filmed Lord of the Rings and all of that stuff. I think it would be so beautiful and so magical and would be a trip of a lifetime. So that's where I'd want to go, and I already know that would be my favorite place, and I'd want to just stay there and live in a hobbit hole.
What if you get there and it's smelly, though? Don't you think hobbits are smelly?
They might be. I don't know. I'm willing to take that risk, and I would want to go with my favorite people. I would not want to go by myself. So, yeah. And
Trader Joe's, is that what you just said?
Yeah. I love Trader Joe's.
It's pretty good. What of my shit do you want me to put in my will for you?
I want your little
Rod's already ready to go.
I can't even think of it now. Your Creature from the Black Lagoon guy, the little guy and the painting that goes with it, that little thing. The whole thing, your painting and the little guy that's in it.
Oh, really? The paint by numbers that I did with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, like crawling out of the swamp?
Yeah. Duly
noted, Rod. Well, if I don't have space for it in the new place, because God knows I am in the middle of upending my living situation again, I will send it to you. But I got that magnet thing off of Etsy. And the paint by numbers, that was my first paint by numbers. It was so fun.
Wow, so talented.
But I had like a magnifying glass, and I was like doing these like tiny little things. I love tedious work, and that was a good time. What about
and
you, Danielle?
I also want your glow in the dark Virgin Mary.
Which one? I have so many now, and now
Really?
that I have a yard, it's gonna be like glow in the dark everywhere. Glow in the dark is just like the most magical shit ever. That's why I'm painting the ceiling in my bedroom right now, because there's gonna be like stars all over the place. It just has to be.
Starry, starry night.
What do you want of mine, Danielle?
Oh my gosh, everything. I love your furniture. Like, I would be happy to take any pieces of your furniture, a couch, a curio cabinet, a bookshelf, china cabinet, nightstand, table, bureau, any.
Yeah, my furniture just came today, and my movers were two young bucks, and they were just like, "Wow, your stuff's really old." Like, it was like they weren't fans. They're like, "I'd rip out this, I'd rip out that," and I'm like, "That's the cute part. That's like, this is a 1920s house."
Yes, knock my socks off. Says, "Just move in, Danielle." Like, yeah, I would happily move in with Molly. I would be a dream come true. I'm telling all my friends, like, once my kids move out of the house, I'm not mentally stable enough to live on my own. I'm going to have to Golden Girls it up with somebody.
Oh,
so,
well, you're going to have to see my murder basement, Red Shag. It's rough. And you're actually like kind of like a fraidy cat when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I don't know how you would feel about. Oh, I don't know that I have it. Let me see if I have it. Yes, I do. So this lady lived in my house.
Oh.
Wow.
I saw a newspaper article because, I look into stuff. And I was trying to figure out the history of the house. And, like, she got married. And it was a very odd news article where they were talking about what she wore and what flowers she carried and all this stuff, and like where they're going to be living. And it's like, you wouldn't put that in the newspaper nowadays. Yeah, come on over, Danielle.
All right, I'll bring my satchel.
And some cat assholes.
My cat. Yes, I have cat. I have so many cat assholes to bring over, and we'd have so much fun.
Becky Lou says, coworkers who walk really slow drive me bananas. Pick up the pace. We got shit to do. Yes. And Rose says, alert, did it used to be beige shag carpet in the murder basement? Oh, don't make it even darker. No, it is red shag. And there's a dry bar there, and there's like carpet on the bar, like where you have your wet drink, the little carpet. Just like... And there's shag everywhere. I
feel like they just had lots of it. So they were like, where else could we put this?
I know, but here's the thing. Like, that's going to be sort of a hangout room for me. And so then I put my couch down there. And Danielle, what color is my couch? It's freaking red.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell? It's just like the murder basement. I'm going with it. I got to get some lava lamps and some swag lights and stuff.
Love it.
Okay. Besides Lord of the Rings, Hobbit homes, one attainable thing on your bucket list that you could do by summer. You could go to the Hobbit house by summer. You could.
I mean, technically, yes.
I don't have a bucket list, so I don't know.
Rose Alert says Ronald McDonald hair shag carpet. Oh God, Ronald McDonald. And there's like a Masonic plaque in the yard. And it's old, but I don't know how old because it's concrete, so it's been like kind of like washed away. So BR Togo says eat an entire sushi boat by myself. I basically did that today. There's 3 pieces left. It's in my backpack. I couldn't finish it all before the show, but I'm there with you. If you want 2 sushi boats and I'll sit with you, let's do it. Yeah, I don't know. Bucket list. I kind of just do whatever I want, but I guess I would like to. Oh, I know. There's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, there's a place called Isle Royale, and there's like they put wolves on it to like eat a bunch of the elk or whatever the fuck is there. And it's 17 miles all the way around, and I would love to hike it and like camp there and just like make little stops and do a couple laps and see the island. I think that'd be fun. I really like camping, so that's probably where I go. Circle of One says like the Titanic made of sushi. I'd eat it.
I'm hungry now. I'm like, I didn't get to eat dinner. I'm like, I want to go to lunch.
And Rod. Oh, I don't have it now. Dang it.
I don't have an answer to that one.
You don't? No bucket list?
No.
You don't want to lay in a vat of refried beans next to me?
Well, now that you mention it, that does sound kind of fun.
Just be the greatest. Yeah. Okay. Love language. And then I got one more after that. Do you know your love language?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought everybody was woo-woo. So love language is like there are ways that you show love or that you like to receive love. And there's 5 different things. So there's words of affirmation. Hit it, Vanna. Words of affirmation. In other words, like, I love you and I'm so proud of you and you're the greatest. Acts of service, like they just go and run an errand for you or do something for you. Spending quality time with you. Giving you gifts or physical touch.
Probably, I'd say the physical touch.
Physical touch. Yeah, I think most guys are physical touch. And then what do you give? Words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time.
It'd be the act of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah.
That's good. What about you, Danielle?
I'm very familiar with.
I had no doubt this question was for you.
I love words of affirmation. I cannot get enough of it. Please tell me every day how much you love me and how wonderful I am. And that's all I need, literally. And what I like to give is I give gifts. I'm a big, big gift giver. I get great satisfaction out of finding like exactly what somebody really enjoys, like their favorite coffee or their favorite thing or a collectible. And like, I will spare no expense to like go find it, get them the whole collection, you know, do it and like make little notes and make a big presentation. And then I like to watch people open the gifts. I'm like, oh, okay, that one, open that now, you know, and I get so excited and makes me just so happy.
I like to give gifts, but I also really like to spoil surprises. It's unfortunate. Like Rod was being a dick for his birthday. I sent him that shirt. Show your shirt again. Make America goth again. Fuck yeah. And I was like, do you want to know what it is? No, I don't. Do you really want to know what it is, though? It's really good. I'm going to tell you. Do you want to know? No, I don't want to know. Why not? I really just, there's like something about giving the gift, but also like spoiling the gift that's like more fun. But also like if you got me a gift and you're like, okay, don't open it until we're on the phone. Like, I want to know. I'm going to spoil it and then open it when I'm on the phone with you and go, oh my gosh. It's just like to spoil surprises. It's more fun than the surprise. I think for me, I love acts of service. That's how I grew up watching my dad like take my mom's car to go get gas in it and to me, like, there's no bigger compliment in the world. Because, like, I mean, words of affirmation, I think, would be like my lowest one. Mostly because, like, I used to teach lie detection, and, like, people could say whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't make it real. Like, you're the greatest thing ever. Like, really? Then stop fucking the neighbor. So I just don't, like, words don't really do it for me. Words of affirmation, like Stuart Smalley. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. Sorry. But you're really great, Danielle, and I love that that's your choice. It makes you so fascinating and wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Last question.
Okay.
You have one question that you can ask a crystal ball. What do you ask it?
Why
I
am I
kind of
here?
want to know what's the grossest thing I ever ate and didn't know it, but I don't really want to waste it. I don't know what my question would be, because I don't really want to ruin life. Like, there's something about to be said for, like, you know, oh, where am I going to be in 5 years? Like, did you ever watch Flash Forward? That's a good show. It was on Fox and they took it off because there was, like, other shit going on. But it's like, if you could see into the future, do you run towards it? Do you run away from it? It's very cool. Very good show. And based off of your flash forward or your premonition, people were very excited about going into the future, or they were like, fuck this shit. I don't want anything to do with that. That's not me. Why would I do that? Why would I see myself doing that? It's a good show. Flash Forward. This show is not brought to you by Flash Forward on Fox.
So what would you ask?
I would add, basically, like, why are we here? Why, what is the meaning? Because I ask myself all the time now, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, why am I here? What is my purpose?
That is a good question, because that's better than, like, where am I going to be in 5 years? Because in 5 years, you could still have your head up your ass if you're not, like, trying to go towards something.
Yeah, because if I know why I'm here, then okay, now I got a direction. Now I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and now I can put everything towards that. But I feel like I'm just fumbling around and, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be doing that? I don't know.
Is it okay to just pick one and say, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'd like to be doing this, so I'm just going to do this?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but I don't know if it's what I'm supposed to be doing, or if there even is something I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Knock My Socks Off says, have I completed my purpose, or is it still yet to come? I like that.
I guess it's hard to think that, like, you've peaked, because then it's just like, what's the fucking point?
I'm just gonna go eat pizza and ice cream now and sit on my couch.
I mean, my dad thought he was going to be dead at 40, and he'll be 91 this year. So he's still asking himself, like, why? Why did I wake up today? What is going on? Like, I don't know, dude, but there's something you better be doing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would ask. That is a really good one, though, Rod. Like, what should I be doing?
Yeah.
Especially because I had a job that was so fulfilling, and now I have a job. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It would just be nice to know ahead of time if I completed what I was to do, so I can die in peace. Well, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. The crystal ball is the all-seeing, all-magic eye and can tell you. What do you ask it, Danielle?
I don't know. My first thought was, when do I die? but then I would have massive anxiety for the rest of
Yeah,
my
I
life,
didn't want that.
knowing, it's going to be like in 3, 2.
Oh my god.
um, that is so hard. I don't know that I'd want to know like my life's purpose or this or that. I kind of the closest thing I could come with, and I don't know how to quite ask it, is like, what's going to be my biggest regret in life? Almost like trying to figure out like what's something that I should do that I normally might be like afraid of, or I might pass up. Like, am I making sense? Like,
But like, I guess what do you benefit out of that besides like ruminating and dwelling in the negative?
But I mean, like a future regret. Like, you're going to be asked to fly to the Bahamas in 2 years,
But then you wouldn't go, would you?
yeah, well, knows to say like you're going to say no, and you should, because if you went, you would win $1 million. Like,
So it's like, oh well, after you find out you have the 7th kind of cancer, you go on a bank robbing spree, and like you're like, oh man, this is really tough.
God, yeah, I know. I think, yeah, so Knock My Socks Off says, you wish you hadn't taken certain paths, but wouldn't change them now. Absolutely. There's lots of, I am the type of person that has regret of stuff I wish I would have done different, but absolutely it's made your life what it is today. It's made you who you are today. So sometimes just life's supposed to happen. So I don't know. I'm going to get on a plane to Texas and it gets diverted to the Bahamas.
Oh my gosh, that's a good Twilight Zone episode. BR Torgo. So Rosa Solar says, happy birthday, Rod. And she gave you some dancing people, some strippers. There's a whole lot going on there. Thank you. And I used to like Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula. I have never watched it, but if it's on YouTube, because God knows I have my Amish television here. I don't have a TV. If it's like on YouTube or something, I will watch it, Quantum Leap. Because I really like science fiction. I just like that whole imagination. Yeah. I don't know what I would ask it. I wouldn't want to waste it, but part of me is just perverted and wants to know stupid things. So
what is one change I can make in my life that would like improve the rest of my life?
Yeah, but okay, so improve. Yeah, you got to make sure you ask that question. Do you watch that show, What They Do in the Shadows, or whatever that show is?
The Shadows. So I have a list of like 50 shows I need to watch that are not child friendly, because I have kids.
Yeah,
they're always with me and they always want to watch TV with me. So I have to watch that. I watched the first episode.
Yeah, you can't.
To, a certain scene. One was masturbating. I was like, and I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah,
so that's on my list. Everyone that I know is like, you would love that show.
It's really good.
Game of Thrones. I know I'm going to lose 20,000 friends right now. I still have to watch Breaking Bad. I have to watch so many shows. I just started watching The Boys. Visited a friend and they were watching it, and like that looks really good. That also not child friendly. Like there's so many shows out there that I need to watch. I tried to watch the start of Yellow Jackets. No. My friend in Utah.
What's Yellow Jackets?
Gosh. I'm going to give a really crappy synopsis, but it's like the story of like this high school all-girl soccer team or something, and their plane crashes down in the middle of nowhere, and they survive in the jungle for like 2 years through like killing each other and cannibalism or something. And the show is like them as adults, and they're flashing back to their time in the jungle and all the horrible things they did. I'm probably saying the whole thing wrong, but that's a very rough draft of what it is. But
Becky Lou says, check your local library DVD catalog. They probably have Quantum Leap. That's a good idea. Thank you, Becky Lou.
And I
don't have
also, my friend said on, I think it's IMDb, the movie thing, like you can put shows in there and see if they're like family friendly, and it tells you like what episodes have certain things in there. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that vampire show is not really. Yeah. But the reason I bring it up is like there was like a genie in one of the episodes, and he's like, "Okay, I'm here to grant your wishes. Like, what do you want the wish to be?" And he's like, "Oh, I want a giant dick." But because genies like trick you. But I don't want it attached on my face. And also it can't be so big that I can't walk. And then like there's all these provisions, and they spend like 3 days working on this one wish because he's like, there's gonna be some way that this genie's gonna get me. It sounds like Molly's roller derby personality is perking up about the soccer girls in the jungle. It's not about soccer girls. It's about the cannibalism. So I feel like you're not getting that part of it, Rose Thistle Art. It's about like now the shit is getting good. Like, oh, soccer girls on a plane. Like, what? What are you like? Oh yeah, but then they crash and they're eating each other. Okay, wait, what? Like that's the part. And I don't like roller derby because I like my teeth where God put them, but make America skate again. And it's finally getting warm enough to skate here. Well, Rod, happy sloppy barf day.
Woo!
I hope that our assholery has made you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
just majestic.
Oh my goodness.
Majestic. Plus, I just have, I don't know that you could even see any of these, but they're pretty good. Oh, I should have made us like some little faces that we could have like more.
That would have been terrifying, and I would have loved it. Yes.
Are you doing anything with your family this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going over to my mom's tomorrow. So
Nice.
I'll be over there all day.
Nice.
Yep. That's about it.
Thanks for letting us be stupid with you on your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know you have lots of birthday options, but we were very.
So many.
When it comes to your birthday, we know you have lots of options. Thank you for
Yes.
spending it with us.
Thank you. Danielle, thank you for coming on and helping Rod get older.
Absolutely.
25 never looks so good.
I know. And maybe we can do a double roast in August since both of our birthdays are in August.
Dude, yes. Like audience roast where they just roast us. Like roast me. Roast me. I'm ready for it. That'd be totally fun. People saying like really just like super mean, dark shit. Like, yes, bring it on. Let the hate flow through you.
I was saying the opposite of words of affirmation. I'll probably cry.
Yeah, I want roasts of affirmation. How do I get those? What is your favorite kind of cake, Rod?
Yes.
I don't really like cake. I like pie better.
I will approve of that. Pie is better than cake. True. So what's your favorite? What kind of birthday pie would you want?
Oh, I mean, of course, apple pie is a good one. I like cheesecake. There's a cake.
Okay, cheesecake. There we
What
go.
about key lime cheesecake?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers to you. With my dollar store Martinelli's.
I finished it. Yeah. Toss.
Did you already drink yours?
Mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm behind.
Because you were yapping the whole time. You didn't drink your.
These things happen. I sense there would be a payback for roasting Molly. No, there wouldn't. I promise. All right. Well, I don't know. Next week, I've got Officer Mike Turk back to talk about my diet. So hopefully I don't have to do push-ups like live on the show, but
Yes.
it's So he's back as a little check-in because I've been through his little boot camp, and great guy, old partner from LAPD, is doing a lot of things in his life now, and one of them is torturing me by having to count my protein. So he's back, and then I don't know, I got some things in the works, some fun stuff, but you'll have to wait for that. And I did get this for you. Oh, I think I've got to turn off the YouTube, because just try a little harder. You can do it. Listen, if I had discipline. All right, we got to turn off YouTube. Bye, YouTube. And